Mabuhay from Toy Robot Collections PH, and welcome to another vlog. And I'm here now in Shuttle's Desk in Valero, Makati, where I can do a vlog, a simple vlog on what's in the box in SoundWave Masterpiece, which is Generation 1. And I won't be doing any transformation video, but I'm going to tell you about what you can find when you buy a toy like this. So stay tuned. Okay, so we are back and it's time for another unboxing. And this, as mentioned, is SoundWave. It is part of the Takara, Tomy line of toys and part of Masterpiece Edition. I bought this I think 5 years ago, and it cost around 8,000 pesos during that time. But I can see a version of SoundWave looks like the same, right? The same model, but it has I am not sure why it's very cheap in Lazada, and it costs around like 2,500 pesos. So if you want the heavier version, that version is very similar to this, but I do not know about authenticity. But this is, I bought this from Best Toys, and this is the actual Takara Tomy edition. So this is MP13. This is the Destron, right? Destron Communications, and you have Chinese characters there. So it's actually Decepticon. And for the Decepticon, SoundWave is a communications officer, who is also one of the loyal or most loyal lieutenants or commander of Megatron. So I'll show you the box, right? So this is the side portion. And again, you have different Japanese characters written there. Okay, and this is the back portion. So this is how SoundWave would look like once you unbox it, right? Okay, and it has one cassette inside, and that cassette is of course one of the well-known cassette tapes for SoundWave is Laserbeak. So this is Laserbeak. And Generation 1 is my favorite Transformers because this is the Transformers animation that I caught or I watched when I was a kid. Right, so when you open the box, I just forgot to put the outer cover. So this is what's inside. So you have here Megatron, which is not transforming. But if you watch the animation in the past, Megatron transforms, and for some reason, when he becomes a rifle, he grows very small in terms of proportion. But you see, there is some detail here. I'm not sure what kind of rifle is Megatron, but if you notice the insignia, there is the insignia of the Decepticon on the side of the gun or the rifle. Okay, so let us open SoundWave, or let us lift, not this toy. So this is SoundWave. So you see the detail. Okay, the back side, the legs, and the feet. Okay, and as mentioned to you, it comes with a Laserbeak, right? In cassette mode. So it comes with this, right? Cassette mode, and you can put the cassette tape inside. So for the younger viewers, you might not have encountered the cassette. What is a cassette? This is the alternate or the first alternate mode of SoundWave. So normally he would pause and open this slot here on its left shoulder, and then the cassette just launches and then transforms to their alternate forms or to the robot counterparts. So later I'm going to show you some of the cassettes that comes out of SoundWave. Now, the cassette has a case inside the box. so you can put the cassette tape inside. Right, let's put it in. It's for people belonging to my generation. If you still remember, we used to have cassette holders like this, right? So this is a cassette. The cassette is a storage medium used to play music, no, on a cassette player. So the alternate mode of SoundWave is a cassette, micro cassette, no, recorder. That's why he is a communication officer. Aside from that, we also have this one. This is the Energon Cube, which is empty, right? And they use the different sources of energy on Earth, whether it's a hydroelectric power plant or the ocean waves, geothermal energy. They used to, in the cartoons, they harness the energy from these sources, and then SoundWave releases those field, right, that will contain energy, which is used to save Cybertron. Okay? And of course, just like any typical MP toys, the SoundWave MP or Masterpiece toy comes with its own user manual. And especially, of course, you can use the user manual because SoundWave is one of the more complex transformation that I encountered in the Masterpiece edition. So there you go. You have here, so this is what I told you about. This Energon Cube used to be released from the chest of SoundWave, and then of course it will be used to drain energy from Earth, right? So there are certain steps here, can open, and then you can put it inside the chest, just like in the cartoons. Okay, so this is the user's manual, and right now, I'm going to show you some more. So once again, the cassette tape that comes with the box is Laserbeak. So this is Laserbeak, and of course, this will transform into a cassette. But prior to being a cassette tape, you can see that the eagle version or the bird version of Laserbeak, right, it's very functional, right, and the head moves. If ever you want to do a stop motion animation, and so does the feet. They can turn around, but only on a certain way, because of course it has to be transformed back to a tape. So normally I do poses of SoundWave with Laserbeak like this. Okay, its Laserbeak is on top of his shoulder, which is how they are seen together in the animation. Okay, what else? Of course, we can place Megatron. So you notice the Laserbeak. So you notice the movements, right? So this is how the shoulders, the arms can be moved and rotated, right? And then if you notice the fingers or the hand, no, can be moved in a certain way, right? For the right and the left hands. But at times you have to be careful because this pointer finger, this normally loosens up, right? So you just need to use the right amount of force when you open the hand of SoundWave in order to hold Megatron or other items that need holding, right? So we can put Megatron safely here as Megatron and trust SoundWave to hold him when he's in a gun mode. So as mentioned, we have to be careful because the finger normally loosens. And again, of course, it's good if you notice that it fell. But if you did not notice it and leave a particular place, then the finger might be lost. Okay, so this is how I normally would pose SoundWave together, of course, with Laserbeak on top of the shoulder. Okay, so that's SoundWave and Laserbeak. To continue, this is the cassette or microcassette recorder alternate mode of SoundWave. Right, so you can also open and fill this up with the cassette tape of your choice. So this is the part that opens the slot for the cassette, and you have buttons here, right? The play, the rewind, the forward, the stop, and the record. Typical buttons of a cassette player in the 80s, right? So again, it's very hard to transform SoundWave into this type of alternate mode. That's why I have two. I bought two SoundWaves. One was so that one I can display as a robot, and the other one as the alternate mode. And if you notice, the Japanese are very, very good in terms of their design, and that they are good in origami, right? So imagine from this cassette mode, you can work this out so that it can transform into a robot mode. So this is for the cassette. Okay, and I have also with me Ravage. So this is Ravage, right? So this comes from a tape, again, a cassette tape alternate mode. When it becomes a robot, you have here Ravage. So both Ravage and Laserbeak do not talk, right, in the cartoons. They cannot speak. They just growl. And I think Ravage is a cat, right? But I before, when I was young, I thought he was a dog, right? And Laserbeak, of course, maybe an eagle or a falcon. So that's it. But one of the funny characters that I see in Transformers Generation 1 before is Rumble. So this is Rumble, right? So this does not come with the box set of SoundWave, but it comes with it goes separately, and you buy two cassette tapes in one box, right? For the other characters with SoundWave. For the Japanese version, there's also an orange colored Rumble, and then an orange colored Laserbeak, but I don't know their names. So I guess I'm just showing you what we see in the 1980s animation. So I guess this is all that I have time for now to show, and I hope you had a very interesting view of my SoundWave collection. And of course, in the background is the Optimus Prime that I used in previous vlog. So also, I would like to greet Ariel. Hello, Ariel, and I hope you and your family are safe from the typhoon and of course the ongoing COVID situation. So YouTube watchers, be safe and have a great day. Thank you and goodbye.